Hey there, it's Marin, and in this video I'm going to be telling you all about the full moon in Sagittarius for this month, what it means for us as a collective, and how you can apply that into your individual life. So this full moon is on June 17th at 4:30 AM Eastern time. So that'll be right after midnight at 1:30 on the West Coast and different times around the world. But for East Coast, it'll be early in the morning at 4:30 AM. The dispositor of this full moon is Jupiter, because the ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter, and Jupiter is in its own home sign in Sagittarius. So there's lots of optimism, hope, and exuberant energy filling up this lunation, which is so nice compared to some of the more intense lunations that we began this year with. Mars, Mercury, and the North Node are in Cancer, opposing Saturn, Pluto, and the South Node all in Capricorn. So fated pull towards expressing ourselves through strong words. I wouldn't be surprised if around this full moon there's a big disclosure movement or something about like a verbal tagline that comes out in terms of trying to whistleblow something that's been going on that needs to be shed light upon. But these strong words that we are feeling compelled to share are being challenged by the harsh reality of structures and limitations in our lives. So protests, uprising, and collective emotional unrest, I wouldn't be surprised if that is at a high point around this full moon, because there's a sense of optimism about sharing and talking about what's going on there. The emotional outbursts may feel coldly received. All these planets in Capricorn in this opposition definitely give a colder, more diffusingly apathetic vibe to how maybe our emotional pursuits are being received. And we feel like our purpose is to speak out about an issue that emotionally compels us, but it seems like the world is insensitive and stuck in the old ways. This is a big theme for this full moon, is feeling like we have so much to express and shed light upon because we feel so optimistic about bringing the truth in, and it feels kind of flatlined, or like it's not being received with the open arms that we had hoped for. Venus will be squaring Neptune as well, so there's deception regarding the true value in what we're fighting for. Maybe we're pretending that we're a savior or a martyr for a struggle that we're idealizing, when in reality we can choose to idealize the dream and understand that we are idealizing a dream instead of acting from reality itself. There's a way to have hope in the larger vision, acknowledging that there is a larger vision and plan, and not having to act from this over-aggrandized, overly passionate place in order to compensate for maybe not feeling like everyone's on our side. Or this really seems like a time when what we're compelled to speak about might be kind of flooded with compensation and trying to seem larger than life in order to combat these scary structures, instead of kind of going with where we're at. And if we're feeling really passionate about taking a small step, just taking that small step instead. So this full moon, it's important to honor where you're emotionally fueled and compelled, but don't act as if you're a savior or if everyone is against you, because yes, there's structures in place that keep things as is, but that doesn't mean that you are here to save the world necessarily in that sense. It's because this is definitely a lunation where thinking that we are so here to save could get the better of us and just further promote these structures that seem more logical than us, on our crazy high horse. So using direct, honest tactics will work better than insulting or using dramatic words. Those things, not the time for really emotional manipulation, which can be a Cancer downside with this, the planets there. You can only control your own reactions and decisions. No one else is obligated to respond similarly, even if you're right. So you might be that Jesus savior figure. No one is obligated to listen to you. Be the visionary you know you can be, and don't conflate the visionary dream with what's actually going on. So hold that higher purpose for what is a higher purpose, so you can act from a place of grounded realism to make changes that can actually manifest, because full moons are culmination points of something that began 6 months ago. So instead of trying to make a ending sprint for something that may not even be at that pace yet, honor where it's at, speak directly from where you're emotionally compelled to point out where things are out of whack. Don't take shit, but don't really cause any either by being like dramatic or lying or anything like that. So if you are looking for a magical ritual or something to invoke or have some sort of witchcraft practice, a candle ceremony would be a really great thing for this full moon. The moon is in a fire sign. Jupiter is in this fire sign, the dispositor, and that fire energy is kind of what we're going for in terms of contained strength. So if you have any type of a fire ritual or with candles, like I do, which I love working with fire energy, this is a really good time for it. If you're looking for any type of deity to work with, Kali, Indian goddess Kali, perfect, because she doesn't take shit and she's honest and direct, and you can look more into her. But if you're looking for a deity to kind of channel the energy you're going for, Kali's a great one. And then also, I think if you have more of a journaling or written type of ceremonial nature, make a mission statement to see how you can change what you're fighting for to what you're engaging with. Because if we change the perception from what we're fighting for and have to be some type of messiah for into what we're engaging with love and luminosity, that can really change the dynamics of how we perceive ourselves instead of a struggle, just this engagement of love. If you're doing a magical ritual of some kind, or if you're just doing a completely different ceremony than what I mentioned, let me know below. I'm really interested to hear how you all are spending this full moon. So I hope this was helpful. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all the things. I do offer private consultations below. If you're interested, hit that up. I will be raising my prices soon, so make sure to get on that before the end of May. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.